Okay, so big question, should you replace or repair your roof, and when is it feasible to repair or not? Obviously, none of us are really that happy about needing to shell out 15, 20 grand to do a roof replacement if we don't have to. So I would like to give you a couple of pointers on whether or not, you can repair or replace a roof and when it's a good idea to do either. John from Joyland Roofing here. I've been roofing since I was literally a kid. I had a lot of fun doing it, and now that I run my own roofing company, I like to help homeowners try to make wise decisions in regards to expenses like a roof replacement. When can you repair a roof? Let me tell you this. So it kind of depends on a couple of factors. One is the age of the roof, and another is the type of the roof, and a third might be kind of your plans of where you're going with your house. So let's tackle in there. Age of the roof. A shingle roof will typically last 30 to 40 years. Once you're up above 25 years on a shingle roof, most likely, it's about time to replace. You're getting close to needing replaced. So if you have shingles blowing off, or you have a leak and it's 25 years old, you might want to consider throwing that money into a replacement instead of repair. If it's 20 years or less, as far as the age of the shingle roof, it's got a pretty good chance that it can be repaired without too much expense. As far as prices go for shingle roof repairs, I would say on the low end of the pricing scale, you're looking at $500 or $600 for a simple leak diagnosis and repair a couple of shingles here and there. Fix a pipe boot, something like that. Average prices though, because obviously there are more expensive repairs also, I'm going to say between $800 and $1,200 for an average shingle roof repair. So things included in the cost are obviously the materials. You've got the shingles themselves, you got flashing, you have underlayments and fasteners and all those kinds of things. We also have labor costs, and for the company, you've got insurance that we're paying for and all those other things. Thirdly, think about kind of what you're going to do with your house. Is this your forever home, or is it like, we're probably going to sell it in a year or two? That can kind of play in and factor on whether or not you're going to replace or repair your roof. So again, the age is a big thing, but let's say the roof is about 25 years old, you're going to sell the place in 2 years, that's the plan. You could probably get away with a repair. If it is your forever home, then you do need to think about, all right, if the roof is 25 years old, do I really want to spend $500, a couple of grand on repairs only to have to replace it in a couple of years again at a higher cost? Or should I just go ahead and replace it now and be done with it literally for probably the rest of my life? Versus if you're thinking of moving out of the house sometime in the near future, maybe you can get by with a repair, give it another 5 years of life, 10 years of life, move out, and let it be at that. Like I said, I've been a roofer a long time. What I like here is trying to help my customers make informed and smart decisions as to what they should do with their home. I don't like spending extra money unnecessarily, and I don't like my customers spending money unnecessarily either. So my folks are trained to properly diagnose and understand what the issues are and what the associated costs are with roof issues, so that they can properly advise you on whether or not it's advisable to repair it, for a few hundred, few $1,000s, depending on the lifespan of the roof, or whether it should be replaced. So call us, email us, send a message, send a form, whatever works for you, and we can help you decide and give you the information you need to be able to make that decision on whether you should do a repair or a roof replacement.